Good evening, everyone on the APAC server. This is no one's helper. Day 2 of the third pre-skill tournament summer season. Again on the APAC server. If you have been following my streams, you know the tournament format. Tonight we're following stage 2, double elimination, all games best of 5 except the upper bracket first round best of 3. 4 teams in each group. I have no idea about the double elimination format. You can try and visualize it with this figure. But I'm going to breeze through because tonight is going to be a hugely important night. They really want to do well, especially a lot of cups are up for grabs, and we will talk more about the number of cups after the end of the grand final. As well, we will take a look at how many cups each team needs to earn in order to overtake the teams that are currently in top 8. So if they can do well tonight, they will put themselves in good positions to take top 8. But more about that after the grand final. Very soon, we will see all pro skill tournaments commenced, and we will soon know the leaderboard, the placings of the teams on the leaderboard. The top 8 will qualify to the professionals tournament, 9 to 16 placing teams to the challengers, and for the lower echelon championship, there will be 60 teams that will be playing there. I believe we will have all 16 teams on the APAC server playing in the lower echelon championship. There are more than 32 teams on the leaderboard this time, so there is no running of so you must play all the pre-skill tournaments in order to qualify to the lower echelon championship. Except you play very well. But I digress. Top 4 will qualify to the Blitz Summer Cup, and the prize pool for each region is $50,000 US. The schedule for July is going to be as follows. The purple blobs will be the dates where the professional tournaments are held. Well, not really just the professional tournaments, or maybe a better word will be competitive tournaments will be held in the purple blobs. But most of you might not play in those dates, and they're not widely available. So the yellow blobs are the dates where the casual tournaments are held, and you can really chill out with your friends on these dates. Tonight I'm following Group 4, and we will follow ETOOS versus ARWV's bracket, and hopefully this time Wargaming will put me to the lower bracket first round, as we will finally follow all the teams in the bracket, and this is what I am aiming for in the previous scale tournaments on the APAC server. So if you don't know about ETOOS, they are a clan which consist of mostly players from Last and STIJ. So they have been in the top 8 for quite some time. But this season is going to be a hugely challenging season. And tonight, if they can beat Nomad, which is very likely the winner of this group, then they are potentially putting themselves in a good position. But if they finish second, it's not the end of the world. Remember, 6 groups, meaning there could be 6 groups, meaning at least 2 of them will have to finish second place. If you do the maths, it's just simple arithmetic. TSIA, however, they have been underperforming this season. Yesterday they lost to IMX in the grand final, and as I am aware, they told me they are a relatively new team, but not TSIA. TSIA finished in the 4th place, the Challengers tournament last season, so they were not really performing so far. And tonight, if they really want to keep their hopes in the top 16, they need to finish out in the 4th place. And RE will be a challenge for them as they are coming up. They have been performing better and better. I think one of the previous skill tournaments, they knocked out one of the huge favorites to the second day, which I forgot. I think it's Alpha. They've knocked out Alpha, so they could be the dark horses, and currently they're in the top 16. So, well, finishing in the 3rd place would be enough for them, but you never know if they will be able to facilitate an upset. You don't want to rule them out just yet. We will follow them definitely, and we will see if they can qualify to the lower bracket final. And Babox have made the following prediction. I think it's been updated. Yes, it's been updated. Group 3. Well, Babox is predicting the following top 8: RNGB, Risk, ID, Nomad, ICT, OD, and ETOOS. Now, ETOOS are in instead of DRX. DRX had some really tough seeding. Tonight is not an exception. They still have a chance in the top 8, but it's looking less and less likely. But they are a really good team. And if they could get a 1st place tonight, they could potentially challenge the top 8, but we never know. It's going to be a huge battle up there. But they are really on a steep slope. If they want to get to the top 8, they really need to outperform themselves. And this is the power rating after the 2nd previous skill tournament. As you can see, currently the top 8. The clans that are in the top 8 on the power rating are the top 6 of this power rating. And the DRX and Nomad are currently not in top 8, and actually Nomad are hovering at the periphery of the top 16. So they are also suffering from terrible seeding, but they themselves also had some upsets. So whether they can qualify to the top 16, it really relies on the final day, whether there are clans that will overtake them. But I really hope they will be in the top 16 because they show so much promise in the community tournament, the Clan Wars Asia Season 2. They finished 2nd there, so they haven't been performing that well in the previous skill tournaments. Maybe it's because of the added pressure now that we all know Nomad is not a clan to underestimate. But really hope they will start performing in the previous skill tournaments. OD and ETOOS are really close. I mean, the gap is very small, so they could potentially get in the top 8 after the matches tonight. And then there is Jobon, which are currently in the top 8, also not far from the top 8, so we could say how well they perform. EVG is also a dark horse, could also get into top 8 if they can win their group. I think the whole power rating could be modified again, and we will see teams that are outside of top 8 to be in the top 8. So anything could happen. But for that, let me get into the room, and for you will see the lounge, and you will see the groupings of the 6 groups in the 2nd previous skill tournaments, and hopefully we'll have more people joining in. Thank you for the 8 people, and hello to Pluriatic, Axis, and a viewer which has the Korean username in which I cannot pronounce. I'm afraid this is my ruins. And I'm going to take the T628. RBD is the second, is the academy team of EVG, but they have been performing better and better. You never know how well they're going to perform tonight. Once again, dark horses, don't want to underestimate them. ETOOS are also in. Less than 3 minutes ago. Let's take a look at all our groupings. So group 3 we have Risk, UX, Laos, and DRX. This is going to be a group of death, but if DRX wants to get to the top 8, then they really need to finish at least the 2nd place, and hopefully they can win against Risk. But then Risk don't want to drop any more cups because they are not comfortable in the top 8. Well, looking at group 5, we have ID, and then IMX and then MIB. So really great chance for MIB to get into the top 16. But IMX can also be in the top 16 if they win, if they finish 2nd, which is possible. Group 6 we have EVG, Nomad, and ICT, another group of death, and I think XFK is streaming there. I'm not sure if XFK is playing. I'm not sure if he's streaming. Group 1 we have RN Alpha, OD, and DT. A chance for DT to get into top 16, but it will be difficult because OD and RM will be tough opponents. Group 2, GBK, Jobon, and Vortex. Good chance for Jobon to secure that top 8 spot. Good seeding for them. And we talked about group 3. Great to see UX again in the second day. They've knocked out XPT, and with that, XPT have not been able to advance to the second day for the 2nd time. And they had a really good win rate with the team. So something must have gone really wrong there. But I digress. We'll take a look at the lineup for both of these teams. ETOOS, we will have Obaya and the Object Service 77, Forsh, Dito, and my Lord RNG. Yes, I remember you. Triple VKs. Oh, I'm not going to pronounce this name because yeah, I'll be recommended by Wargaming if I do that. I would call them QWH and Super, the double MLEs, and N64 in the IS4, and that rhymes because the last word is the same. It's Super Mouse. It is the player taking the MLE. All right, over to the RWV side with Krantz. Is it Kranwagen and Franz combined together in the 60 TP, and Ham also in the 60 TP. RID is in the MLE, and ISFP it's one of the MBTI personality, where he is an ISFP. But he will be playing in this Drift K alongside the Mandalorian. Yeah, Mandalorian. Team 1 LT will be played by Yumi and Dom in the VK. So C will be captured by RB at the beginning, and will they get a cap lead on C? They do. They do get a cap lead, and yeah, my voice is there. I'm just for a second worried about my voice not coming through, but yes, my voice is coming through. Dumb is going to get out of this. Just only took 1, so it's not the worst thing to happen. ETOOS are just plowing through, and this is opportunity for ARWV to either push on to N64 or to defend this push. Dom will not stay for long. He really, big shots onto my Lord RNG, but then Dom is in deep trouble. The rest of the ETOOS are coming in to get this player out of the fights. Dom must have done something really dumb towards ETOOS for ETOOS to be so angry at him. But we have our first tank down. The next tank down will be N64, but it's a little bit too late for RB to make that push because ETOOS will be regrouping in this situation. Mandalorian is now quite low. Oh, a bounce from Mandalorian onto N64, and N64 puts another one. ISFP is isolated, and this is not good news. N64 is down. The hit points are in favor of ETOOS. And my Lord RNG is not going to last for long. Big shot to Yumi, and Yumi will get this player out of the fight. Forsh is the focus for RWE, I think. And Krantz is still getting in position. Yumi bounces the shot. ISFP is out. And Ham is going to get this player out of the fight. It's now a 4 versus 5. The numerical advantage is with RWE, but hit points are firmly in favor of ETOOS. So Mandalorian needs to stay alive, and RID is probably the focus They really need that focus fire to be on point. RWE, the focus fire is not quite there at this moment in time. RID, good shot onto Dito, but RID's out. It's now 4 versus 3. Hit points are firmly in favor of ETOOS and also the guns. RWE, they really need to survive. Crowns will not survive in this situation. Crowns is dead. Obaya is likely a one-shot. Ham is out. Can Yumi carry the team? It will take a big one from Obaya. And surely this is going to be ETOOS. ETOOS will win 1-0. But there is a huge issue here for me. RWE, I mean, VK, when they know the VK is getting pushed, they really should have pushed onto the IS4 right at the beginning. I mean, after when they make that push, ETOOS are already close to where the push is, and this is the first problem. Second problem will be RWE's tanks, like the Strift K of ISFP, so far away from the rest of the team. Was terribly isolated there, and then the VK was not like well, only took one hit when he got pushed, but I don't know if the team should have done better in this bleeding ETOOS. But then the next problem, the third problem, their focus fire. If they tidy their focus fire, they should be able to win this one. It's not like, I mean, ETOOS that push was done without a lot of information, so I really think that ETOOS, and I would accept a friend invite from Mobile, of course. Just bear with me on this. ETOOS pushed without a lot of information at the beginning, and even if they can get the VK, the map control they have, it's not going to be as good as what RWE would have in that situation. So, for me, I think really RWE, there are a couple of major issues that are preventing them from capitalizing on the strategy of ETOOS. Well, not to say ETOOS have not done a good job here to take out all the tanks, but there is lots of room to improve for both teams. Coming into the next one, sorry for being a little bit too overly negative here, but I know both teams can do better than this. And take a look at the second battle of ETOOS versus RWE, and ETOOS do not have to play with their full force so far, but RWE this time, they're going to put most of the tanks over to A, and ETOOS also a lot of tanks over to A, but this time it's going to be very brawly, and focus fire will become even more important. Yumi will get C, and ETOOS once again do not have the cap lead. So C will be captured, and ETOOS, they know they need to prevent B from being captured. So Mylord RNG could be an important play here, but he peeks out. Oh, Ham fired! But this is a good idea for Mylord RNG to reset B. Now in he comes. Big shot onto our RID. Now RID takes one big hit and will have to capture B again. Now Mylord RNG drops the adrenaline, but this time Ham fired again. And our N64 took a big one by Mylord RNG again. Big shot onto RID. He's now down to 790, but N64 is also quite low. At the same time, we have completely missed the push of ETOOS onto RWE there. But WH is a first time down. Great job to RWE this time. Good focus fire there. And N64 is out. Crowns is also very, very low. And RWE are going for Obaya this time. The focus fire! RWE, you've done. You can do it. 3 tanks down, ready for ETOOS, and the hit points are firmly in favor of RWE. And the next target he wants to go for will be Forge, as he has lower hit points. ISFP is now Out. Force is down. 3 versus 5. This is more like the RE I want to say. This is some brilliant focus fire. What more to say about the Mandalorian farming from behind, ETOOS. Surprising RE, but RE came prepared. So well done to RE. Dito is out, leaving 2 tanks remaining for ETOOS. Although the hit points, well, but the hit points are just firmly in favor of RE now. Yumi arriving from behind, putting a good shot onto Mylon RNG, and Dom and Mandalorian will try to take care of a Super Mouse 2v1 on both sides. Yumi gets the kill, and finally we have Mandalorian and Dom and a lot more people coming to take Super Mouse out of the fight. That's it. That's how you roll. RWE. That's a lot better. That's a lot better from you guys. I think ETOOS, they had control. I mean, that VK is doing their job. I mean, to put the RID in a tough situation. They don't really need that. They don't really need to push that early in the game. I think they need to spend a little bit more time to reassess the situation, as they also have some shots that are going to RWE. And I mean, in that particular situation, ETOOS, there is also another tank next to the VK, which is baiting all the shots. So just communicating that communication that's it in that area, which they have done really nicely. It's just that the push might be better to happen a little bit later once RWE has lost more hit points. And I think this is what I would say for ETOOS. But ETOOS focus, RWE's focus fire there was a lot better. I mean, they can do it. They just need to pay attention. And that's what I can say about this, because oh my god, that was poor. I mean, I know RE have been training a lot, and they are like the academy team of EVG, and they also have a lot of players there, which can definitely, which have experience. I mean, I'll be surprised if they don't know what focus fire is. So, amazing job from RE. I think I forgot to get the scoreline up. It's 1-1 for both teams. We're going into the third battle, a tiebreaker canal. This will test both teams in the rotation. This is the map where all the training that has been conducted in the last couple of weeks. This map is going to be the map that is going to show how much training they have learned. How many lessons they have learned from their trainings. Let's get the show on the road and see what both these are going to do. ETOOS, red team from the south spawn, RWE blue team from the north. Crown's RID going into B right at the beginning. No, Crown's going past Forge and N64 going down there. The TVP is going for A. And Crown's a lot of spots that are there. And you can say the TVPs are being punished, but so is Mylon RNG. But ETOOS are going right into the B, and they have the numbers 4 versus 2, or maybe 3 versus 2. 4 versus 2, of course. Ham is under lots of trouble, and it's the first tank down. ISFP is also down. The TVPs are able to clip one tank out, but one of the TVPs are down. 5 versus 5 now. RE are trying to get WH out of the way. Yumi needs to come in with the TVP. Obaya being taken out. They can only unleash one clip, and RE will be getting control over the A area. WH is out of the fight. The guns are in favor of RWE. The focus fire of RE is again good. And Forge is down to 1 shot. A Mandalorian is out. And RWE is struggling a little bit over to the A side, but Dummeister could hold off for a little bit longer, as RWE still has the guns and the tank and the hit points. Dummeister would just have to hold off without taking too many hits. And C will be captured as a safety, as a safety pin, as a precaution. Yes, precaution. That's the word. And we will see RID removed from the battlefield. Yumi and Crown still very healthy, and you can't see how Ari is going to lose this. Ditto is out. Dummeister good shot onto N64, and Dummeister is very low now. Yumi arriving, taking out N64, and Ari, this is a lot better from the first battle of tonight, and if you can keep up this momentum, I think you can create another upset in the lower bracket final. Well done to RWE. 2-1. ETOOS for you, I think. Don't get too overly excited. Well, not excited, I would say. The adrenaline is running high for ETOOS. Oh, a room is up. Thank you. This time, this time I'm getting an invite for the lower bracket first round. We will be seeing TSIA. Well done to RWE. I think a major issue I was trying to say for ETOOS, they really want to surprise right at the beginning, but a lot of the time they are pushing without gaining too much information. I think they were trying to replicate what rejects are doing, but what I see, they are not getting themselves in a position that they are able to crossfire from their own, and as a result, they got terribly farmed. And now Respoke is fine. The last two battles are really good, so I think ETOOS might want to tone down a little bit with those pushes. They need to gather a little bit more information. Just that it seems the idea, their playstyle is getting countered heavily. So really they need to sort that out quickly. Let's take a look at the results of other groups. Alright. RN 2-0 against Alpha, which is a great result there. GV 2-0, Jobon 2-0. Next we have Risk 2-0 against UX, and Laos are still playing against DRX with Nomad 2-1 against TSIA. This is a close one. IMX 2-1 against MIB, and ICT 2-1 against Nomad. Well, tough group for Nomad. I hope they will continue to perform. But yes, we do have a couple of results here, and let's actually get the Cups leaderboard running. Alright. Okay, we only have 2 minutes left to go. But I'll quickly breeze through this. Double checking, I haven't missed anyone. I think I did. Oh yes, I did. Alright, so I should include everyone. Alright, I do. Now, the top 8 as follows. EVG are now in the top 8 at the moment, but then there is OD and other clans below that could go, they could advance to the top 8, which I'll say. Less than a minute to go. So we still have time to announce the current top 8 GBRN. In the first place, tied with 70,366 ID. In the third place, ICT in fourth, Nomad fifth, Risk 6th, Jomon 7th, and EVG in 8th. OD ETOOS tied in 9th, Laos in 11th, DRX 12th, IMX 13th, RWE 14th, MIB and Nomad tied in 15th. And this is the leaderboard so far. Very soon, we will take a look at ETOOS versus TSIA on Alpenstadt. ETOOS are ready with double strip case crown, double object 777 about 60 TP. TSIA on the other hand, double strip case, a T100 LT, a VK at 60 TP, T110D5 and the Super Conqueror. Let's head into the lower bracket first round for the very first time in the previous skill tournaments on the APAC server. And will we see TSIA managing an upset against a top 8 contender?
Time to roll out.
And so we see red team of ETOOS from the north spawn going mostly to A, TSIA blue team. From the south spawn, sending a lot of tanks over to A. And ICFC, there's only one ICFC here. They will have a T100 LT overlooking C and ETOOS. Looking to get A right at the beginning. This is the kind of the advantage you have from the north side, where both caps are closer, but TSIA have managed to reset A, and this is what you should do from the south side to counter the cap strategy from the north, and they've done it brilliantly. So far, hit points are still with ETOOS. ETOOS are not pushing at the moment; they are staying still. Quite unlike the strategy they've put out against ARWV. And they really need to chip away the hit points of TSIA. Hit points are still in favor of ETOOS, but in terms of training, TSIA is doing slightly better. Now ICFC of TSIA is trying to get C. And he won't be able to get it without taking any hits. He has C. And TSIA will have the hit point cap point advantage. And ETOOS are still trading. And Super Mouse have dropped the Adrenaline. Good shot onto NDN. And NVN will not be able to return fire. The reload is a bit long for him. Now, ICFC of TSIA has rotated back to the spawn. Other line dropped the reactive armor. Now trying to take out WH. This will elicit a response for ETOOS. ETOOS are still sharing hit points really nicely. Now, Fortress coming in. Trying to take out Underline dropping the reactive armor. That is going to soak up a lot of damage. And will be joining Obaya. But WH will be in deep trouble at the same time. The two tanks of ETOOS have taken out NVN. Things are going really well for ETOOS at the moment. They are now pushing on to Chinese. Underline is out of the fight. It's now 7 versus 5. TSIA are looking to get Porsche out of the way, and they do. Chinese is down to a one-shot and will be taken out by Super Mouse, meaning WH is down to a one-shot, down to 48 hit points. And Mylord RNG is going to put a shot onto Summer, taking him out, leaving only Will and ICFC remaining. So T100 LT. Do we have a T100 LT of ETOOS? We don't, but we do have a lot of strip case alive. ETOOS have now taken control of A, but that T100 LT will not survive long, even if he's a light tank. Dito is coming in. Maybe a ram might be enough, but it's going to be a great win for ETOOS. they have composed themselves. Just looking a lot tighter, and TSIA tries to make a push, but their focus fire is not as good as ETOOS here. ETOOS just simply looked a lot more in control of themselves. I mean, this is a lot better from ETOOS. This is just a lot more calculated, a lot less spontaneous in a good way. And there are 6 tanks doing more than 2k, and TSIA, I think when they have the cap advantage, they don't really need to be too greedy all day. I think this has been an issue for them. They also haven't been training very well, but they have been training slightly better, but it's not enough. They haven't been able to get the hit point pool lead. So again, they still have have the shots that could chip away hit points of ETOOS. I think they should have waited a little bit longer. But even if they do wait, they don't need to make a push because they have the cap lead. So it just seemed like the greediness have cost TSIA the game, and ETOOS just looking a lot more calculated this time. And if they need to keep that performance. And now ETOOS are leading 1-0. So well done to ETOOS for now. ETOOS. And they are going to be leading 1-0 so far. Destroyer, hello. It's best of 5, remember, so the team that wins the first 3, not 2 battles will win the fixture. So let's see about ETOOS versus TSIA. Back on the open start. TSIA will still need to perform better than this. If they would need to keep their hopes in the top 16 alliance, let's see about this second battle on our start. ETOOS red team from the south spawn, TSIA blue team from the north. Let's take a look at where both teams are going here. And ETOOS red team from the south and TSIA blue team from the north. This time, we're seeing ETOOS committing most of the forces over to C, TSIA blue team. They are going to send a lot of tanks over to A. And we will see whether ICFC is going to get a lot of spots for the team. And he's spotted. But my Lord RNG is going straight into C without getting spotted. Oh, he is waiting for a little bit longer. He's now spotted. Now he has to go in. Otherwise, he will be shot there. C will be captured by ETOOS. But TSI will get A more quickly. So TSI will have to stay and defend. Or they can try to create a surprise. But this is going to be difficult. ETOOS will be the team that needs to make a rotation. Instead, let's take a look at ETOOS. Now, they're going to be sending 5 tanks back to the spawn. With underlined in T135, he has the reactive armor, but he is he terribly isolated? No, there will be crossfire coming from Sunny Dolls and Chinese, but if ETOOS wants to focus fire, it's not too difficult. So, will ETOOS make a decision to push onto the line, or will they stay in good positions to create crossfire? It's probably what I would do at the moment, because not exactly like underline is safe from crossfire, or Williamster in this sense. So you still have a lot of time. And remember, 5 cap points per 2 seconds of increase. Doing this calculation, we will have more than a minute to go for both for ETOOS. Now ETOOS tries to capture B, and Williamster Wait. Is TSIA allowing ETOOS to get B? I don't know why they allowed that. ETOOS now have B, and they will not need to do the rotation, but they're doing it anyway. Is this going to be a bit of a... This is going to either work wonderfully, or like against RWV, going to work against them horribly. Now, TSIA are trying to get B back, but Force should be there to stop that from happening. But TSIA has made a really great decision to take out N64. However, that will leave the T10D5 of Underline terribly isolated, and Williamster as well. And Underline, even if he dropped the reactive armor, he's not going to survive long, and hit points are in huge favor of ETOOS, although ETOOS lost the tank. So Force will try to put a big shot onto Williamster, but Williamster dropped the reactive armor. Now that A will be captured and Underline is out, cap points are still in favor of ETOOS. TSIA might have got C back, but they have to do more than that. They have to keep rotating. ETOOS, that push actually worked. But that is more to do with TSIA rotating everyone away from that potential lines of fire, and I think this is an issue, I'm afraid. ETOOS, now they just have to stay alive. Force should stay behind. Now Milo RNG coming from this position. Summer is still spotted. Oh, no, ETOOS have called for a push over to Sunny Doors, and ICFC, great call there. I like this call. ETOOS, can they take out these two tanks immediately? Super Mouse still trying to get a shot in, but it will be the case. ICFC is down. It's now 5 versus 5. However, TSI have got B as they have killed Forsh. Sunny Doors, if he can stay alive, that will be good. They need to kill one more time, but ETOOS just need to get Sunny Doors and they will win. Or even, they don't really need that kill. They got 1,000 cap points, and this is a great battle from ETOOS. 2-0 for ETOOS here. For EU, I don't know for the 4-3 skill tournaments, but yesterday I followed ARWV. That is group 3, if I remember correctly. But this is the APAC server, mind you, group 4. ETOOS, great job. I think the rotation is really risky. That is more to do with TSIA. They were like the just double strift case that were like near A. They would have been able to punish whoever is pushing onto Williamster. And I don't understand why TSI couldn't reset B in that situation. It does seem very, very odd at what TSI have in mind, and TSI really need to step up here. They aren't really in form at the moment, but ETOOS are picking up their form. TSIA, this is going to battle a lot. Although we do see XPT against TSIA. TSIA wins 3 in a row, so same can be said here. ETOOS cannot let their guard down for now, but they had 2 really commanding wins, so that's a sense will be quite brawly, so it will rely a lot on the individual skills. And ETOOS, this could be a favorable map for them, as it's a lot more brawly and individual based. So let's see about this. But TSIA, TSIA really need to start performing. Last 2 battles have been questionable with the strategies, in my opinion, and this is really not the time. Really not the time to make any more tactical mistakes. ETOOS, red team from the south spawn with TSIA, blue team from the north. and the ETOOS are close to qualifying to low bracket final and snatch that 3rd place. But
Time to roll
there's a
out.
long road ahead of them, as we are seeing ETOOS red team looking to send the tanks over to the A area with TSIA blue team from the north. This time they will send a couple of tanks crossing to the desert. Will ETOOS have shots ready just in time to push shots onto the crossing tanks of TSIA? No, not yet, not yet. But NVN is not spotted. A cannot be captured for now. ETOOS are all in the desert. And this definitely will turn brawly. There is also Sunny Dolls and Summer Worm. They're also now... Oh, Sunny Dolls is now going to A. NBN shots, but couldn't hit anything. Oh, we will see double strength case. And there is Milo RNG there. Oh, Milo RNG leading the pack. I think ETOOS are calling for a push. I think this could work. They have information. They have information this time. They know Chinese and also potentially other line are in trouble. The focus will be on Chinese. He does not have the reactive armor, but my lord RNG is the focus for TSIA. It's all about the focus by ETOOS swarming into Chinese. Chinese is out. But Milo RNG is also out. It's all about whoever is more efficient with the shots. Now NVN is a focus for ETOOS. That tank is out. And ETOOS are now looking for Sunny Dolls. As Sunny Dolls, I don't know if he has dropped the reactive armor. Doesn't seem to have the reactive armor activated. But WH is down. It's now 5 versus 4 with Sunny Dolls out of the running. Now the 2 tanks of ETOOS are going for ICFC. Obaya is very, very low. He wants a bounce. But there is a low roll from ICFC onto Obaya. And Obaya gets a kill. But Super Mouse will get another kill. 4 versus 3 now. Williamster is now very, very low. Ditto is very low too. And TSIA are struggling and will not be able to win this one. The scoreline will be 3-0 in favor of ETOOS. Much better performance by ETOOS, I have to admit. Focus fire for this battle is really good for ETOOS, and more than that is their focus fire agenda. The order of the tanks they need to take away. They leave the T110E5 to the last, so that TSIA's tanks, so that TSIA cannot make use of this. And TSIA are consistently under a gun. So ETOOS have done a fabulous job with the focus fire and the focus fire agenda, the focus fire sequence. And this is why ETOOS are still looking for that top 8. And TSIA tonight, they will not be in the top 16. And they have to improve a lot on the final day. But I do fear for their chances in the top 16. It does look slimmer and slimmer, and ETOOS are complete performance against TSIA. Really, ETOOS, they are looking for a comeback story tonight. Lower bracket final, let's see how they perform. But for now, dominant performance by ETOOS, well done. And let's take a look at the results of other groups. If we have, I mean, we should have, of course. Let's take a look. OD 2-1 against DT, and DT are still playing against Alpha. Vortex still playing against King. Laos 2-1 against DRX. So good job to Laos. And yes, we have more results coming through. Which means that the leaderboard will be as follows. The top 8 will be GB, RNID, ICT, Nomad, Risk, Jomon, OD, ETOOS. EVG in the 10th place, Laos in 11th, DRX in 12th, IMX 13th, RWE 14th, MIB 15th alongside Nomad. King 17th, DT 18th, XPT 19th, TSIA 20th. Right. So we still have a lot of time, but I will have a break and get myself a Snicker. Be back very soon. And I'll post a poll now. You cannot predict TSIA to win Group 4. 46% of you are predicting Nomad to win the group. 26% are predicting ETOOS. 33% are predicting RWE. Only 3% are predicting TSIA, but we will see. Thank you for the 40 people watching currently. Fabulous. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. I'll be back. Stay put. Hello, I'm back. So, we have another result coming in, and that is DRX 3-1 against UX. So that will mean DRX are going to take at least 3rd place. While we wait, there's still some time. It will probably not be finishing that quickly. So what we do is I play a T62A while we wait, because I have a birthday in that tank, so let's go. And today, I feel like my nose allergy is not as terrible as yesterday. So basically yesterday on the EU server, I was consistently suffering from the nose allergy for pretty much the entire stream. And after the stream, it got a lot worse, where I was really struggling there. And today, just a lot better. So you can hear, like, I'm not being affected by that. But I might jinx that later on. So yeah, great.
Let's go.
To be in a much better position. Ooh. That might be a stock gun from Centurion.
We didn't even scratch them.
No.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Oh, that was a bad shot.
Enemy armor is hit. We've damaged them. Penetration.
Oh no.
We've damaged them.
Oh, that was a buster shot.
Enemy is hit.
What the heck is that shot?
We've damaged them.
Oh, how did that?
We're immobilized.
I swear there is something really wrong with the. I just got really lucky with those bounces. Thank you for the kill.
Sail out.
I'm sorry that this is. What? Why am I bouncing a lot of shots on me? The ping is really. Oh god, I hate this. Yes. I mean, you were alone there. You can't expect us to, like, you know, teleport and help you. But I think we are in a good situation. 2-tier. No, they aren't camping. What are you? Oh god, oh god, oh god. At least they aren't camping at the moment, but they should be able to spot tanks. They have a lot of weapons. Revolving triggers are not going to be an issue for both, of course. Yeah, I will not stay here for long because I might have a room invite in vicinity, so I'm going to get in a room if there is one. No, not yet. Double checking. They're still playing. They're still playing. Oh, already. Oh, it's victory, of course. I just don't know. Like, the ping is really, like, so many bounces and misses. It's not really getting their shots in, and this is the issue with playing with lights and mediums on a server where there is high ping. The shots just aren't coming through in time. I'm not gonna play one more because I think the room might be up soon. Let's see if we have more results coming. Okay, we do 3-1 in favor of DT. Vortex 3-2 against Kane. So well done to Vortex, and this means Kane might be will be out of top 16 tonight. And okay, we now have all the results for lower bracket first round. This will send Vortex to the 19th place after the victory against Kane. So well done to Vortex. I think this is the best Vortex team in tournaments. I mean, Vortex were previously Sosna or GLXT, so great to see them coming through and improving bit by bit. So now we are just waiting for the invite of the upper bracket final. Let's see which clan we are, which matchup we are seeing. Okay, so we have. And okay. Alright, so we don't have a room event at the moment. I don't think there is any group that has finished in a 3-0. So we do have to wait for a little bit longer. Oh, we do have some results now. GV 3-0 against Jobon, meaning GV will at least get a second place. And Risk 3-0 against Laos, which also means Risk will get at least a second place. And then Nomad are still playing. Yeah, we only have GB and Risk finishing their games. So now leaderboard, there will be changes. Now GBR and Risk will occupy the top 3. The top 8 are still GBR and Risk, ID, ICT, Nomad, Jobon, OD, and ETOOS. But after tonight, we could see a new top 8. But what would that top 8 be? Room still not up yet, so this is certainly going to be a long battle, long game, you know, for our group 4, our lovely group 4. So let's wait a little bit longer. Again, your top 16: GB, RNID, ICT, Nomad, Risk, Jomon, OD, ETOOS, EVG, Laos, DRX, IMX, RV, MIB, Nomad, King, DT, Vortex, and XPT. Well, no King, DT, Vortex, and XPT. Sorry, just only up to Nomad in the top 16. and we shall be waiting patiently. Hello to Hi Alpha, if I haven't said hi to you. Exploding Guy, Destroyer, Isan, Koi, TP7, Cringe. We're waiting. Nomad are still playing against RB, but we'll see an upset here. And do we have more results coming through? Oh, we do. RN 3-1 against OD, meaning OD will be playing against DT in the lower bracket final. RVE have lost 1-3, and the room is out. Fabulous. 3-1 in favor of Nomad. So well done to Nomad. And RVE will play against ETOOS in the lower bracket final. Group 5 and Group 6 have not finished, so IMX might be pulling off a shocker. You never know. Well, so we can update the Cups leaderboard again. Our N are through, and Nomad are through, which means RN and Nomad, RN and GB are back in the first. RN are back in the first place. Nomad in the third place. But how about groups 5 and 6? We'll find out pretty soon. And let me just refresh the website again to see if we really have that. And no, it does appear the matches are going to tiebreaker for both groups 5 and 6. But we are on fast, and RVE are ready, and ETOOS are potentially ready too. ETOOS, are we going to be seeing this particular tank? We don't know, but we are not going to be seeing a Yaguru. This is the tank we are potentially looking for in ETOOS, but ETOOS and RVE. Sully asked what my predictions for the top 2 team in finalists. I'm not sure what type of finalists you're talking about, because if you're talking about Group 4, I would say RVE is looking pretty good at the moment. Nomad and RVE will be my prediction, but ETOOS, if they play like they did against TSIA, then I'm not so sure about that. But if you talk about overall, Risk and GB are definitely the ones I would say are going to be getting the top 2. Which not to have big confidence. I could definitely see some clans challenging that top 2, but it does look like GB and Risk are in an unassailable advantage. But things could change rapidly as we go to the professional tournament, the likes of ICT, and if DRX are through, that will complicate things too. But we will find out. At EVG, if they improve themselves over the course, then EVG can also they want to worry about. Alright, so let's get into the room now. Group 5 and Group 6 matches are still happening. Oh, which clan are you from? Alpha? I don't think I recognize you. Yeah, I did check your clan logo Tuesday. ETOOS versus RE. Faust? RWE will take double 60Ps, IS4, T100LT, T110E5, and an MLE. ETOOS on the other hand, double MLEs, double strip case, 60P, a T100LT, and a T110E5. Faust is a bit of a mix of cap strategies and also brawlish strategies. It depends on where you go, but I would think it's more cap oriented, to be honest with you. So, will that benefit RWE, given that they know, well, they are connected to EVG, so they will have lots of strats to not borrow, but to reference, to infer. But let's say about Faust, ETOOS, and RWE. This it's going to be hugely crucial. ETOOS. Are they going to avoid an upset? And RWE, are they able to pull off another one in the bag? Impressive performance against ETOOS in the upper bracket first round, but in the lower bracket final, you never know. It's a best of 5, so they will have to play more battles. Now, Karans in the IS4 going to this bush to shoot whoever is crossing through scene. No one from ETOOS are doing that. Is doing that. So RWE would not have the cap lead as ETOOS got C more quickly. ETOOS now have 3 tanks over to Wei, and they could cap this base without any issue. With RWE, they might go for B. And if Mandalorian is not being shot at, then there is some really good information for RWE. Are they going for C as well? I think this is the case. RWE will go for C, and there is only one tank that is near C. ETOOS can't really reset C in this case, and RWE will have a cat lead. ETOOS will get A, but Yumi will keep that T100LT in track, but they can allow Super Mouse to capture A, because in this case, ETOOS would just only have 1 cap compared to RWE with 3. So pressure is on to ETOOS to get the rotation. But this is going to be a hard one because RWE are stacked up near C. Oh, a good HE splash onto Forsh. Who's going to pull? Blank's going to pull back. But we could see a push coming in from ETOOS. 5 tanks against only 4. Players going to be in deep trouble now. RWE are quite spread out, and I think this is a huge issue, and Krans is now coming in. But player will have to find a way to get out of dodge. I think it's going to be very tough. And player is the first tank down. ETOOS got the first tank. Mandalorian coming to join Blank to take out push. And ISFB is from behind. Is going to soak up the push. And I think RWE, if they can take out push quickly enough, that will be amazing. They do. It's now a 6-6. The hit points are still in favor of ETOOS. And RWE are going to rotate backwards to support concept 1B with WH probably the focus. Blanks is also low. Yumi now coming down to take care of Milo RNG, but Super Mouse is there to deal with Karans. So this has put RWE in a really terrible situation. It's now a 6 versus 4 now. It's a good push from ETOOS. With RWE, I think they're a little bit too spread out, in my opinion. They weren't able to converge their forces all together, and especially T110E5 might be a bit too far forward for my liking. ETOOS has the DPM with the strip case, and now Blanks is out of the way, meaning it's now a 6 versus 3, despite the hit points being quite close at this moment. But I don't think RWE might be able to make a comeback. WH is down. Mandalorian is on the adrenaline. Yumi is down. Meister drops down and takes a hit from Milo RNG, and it's now 2 against 2 many. Mandalorian great shot onto N64, but can Mandalorian carry this flank? I don't think so. Yumi's down to 1 shot, and Super Mouse will get this time out, leaving Mandalorian the last person standing, and he's out as well. And we will say 1-0 to ETOOS. Great stuff from ETOOS. That is, again, a lot more calculated. But more to do with ARWV's positioning is really suspicious. Pretty spread out. And this allows ETOOS to focus fire a lot more easily. They have to rework that. To rework that as... I mean, you cannot blame the relative lack of focus fire for RWV because it was really difficult in that position, and they need to sort it out. That T125 probably shouldn't have been that aggressive. Might be able to spot tanks rushing, but he's down very quickly, and there are tanks that are behind, which have not done a lot, to be fair. And now we will be seeing the second battle on Faust, looking good for ETOOS at the moment. So let's say about this. 2-0, 1-0 for for ETOOS. Group 4. Oh, with only 30 seconds remaining. Oh, B4L. Great to see. It's great to see you here. And ETOOS now will be taking double strip case, double 60 TPs, and object 777, double MLEs, RVE, double strip case, double 60 TPs. Concept 1B, MLE, and T1 LT. And again, just like last time, ETOOS, they won their first battle only to be reverse swept by RWE. Well, the same happened to ETOOS again. RWE, they had 2 exceptional games against ETOOS, but this time ETOOS are coming a lot more composed and calculated. This is definitely not the time for RWE to lose their concentration. Now, Yumi will be in the T100 LT going for A, and RWE will send most of the tanks to C, and ETOOS will send most of the tanks to the northeastern corner. They're playing this battle very narrowly. Yumi will spot nothing and might drop to A, but RWE might be ready for a push. So they're not getting too aggressive for now. C is captured. Blanks, Crowns spotted. None of the tanks of E2s are spotted. Crowns will have to be really cautious about this. E2s might be lining up for a push. A is captured and spotting no one. That will send us, Crowns drop the tungsten shell. Takes 2 in return. N64 takes a lot of shots here, but will this push work? This is going to be an issue, but at the same time, E2s, they have more tanks up there, so now ISFB and Dumbmeister might want to flank from behind. Crowns is pulling back, and we are seeing N64 the first time down. You becoming support, and Blanks is not going to last for long, and the hit points are in favor of E2s at the moment. And we will see Blanks out of the fight too. And very soon, Crowns will not last for long. Good shot onto Obaya, but E2s really want Crowns out of the way. And he's out of the way. At the moment, RWE are struggling a little bit with the hit points. Big shots onto Ditto. Oh, Ditto down to 1 now. Mandalorian is also very low, but Ditto goes down first, then Mandalorian. Our ID is down to a 1-shot. And RE are really struggling to kill it with the guns, and ISFP is also the focus. E2s wants RID out of the way. WH is out. ISFP takes a big one, but Fortune's out as well. It's now 3 versus 4. There is still a chance for RE. Obaya takes out ISFP, and we're going to be seeing RID trying to survive as long as he could, but he can't survive now. It's now a 3 versus 2. Yumi coming in. And Dummeister is tasked to stay alive as long as he could. My Lord RNG could put a big one onto. Oh, it's a miss! Dummeister has to stay from the sidelines. And Yumi will be very crucial. He will have a lot of pressure. But he can play this one well. Let's follow Yumi here. Dummeister. Oh, it's not going to last. He's down. And it's a 3 versus 1. Will we see a carry from Yumi? RE at the moment still has the cap lead. So it's not doom and gloom for RVE. And now ETOOS is trying to get C with Yumi. I think they are looking for... No, Yumi, he is looking to reset B. Yeah, he's going for A. He's going to... Ooh. A chance for... Oh, no. No, Obaya is back in... back to safety. Now, ETOOS have 3 caps. And they will overtake our RVE in cap points. Will you be able to spot something? No, he might go to say instead. He's still playing really carefully. But time is running out soon. And with ETOOS not going to send any tanks to A at the moment. Because there are lots of low hit point who targets Super Mouse, however, it's not low in hit points. But Yumi really needs to hurry up. My Lord RNG spotted. Yumi's not spotted at the moment. Yumi, can he sneak a shot onto My Lord RNG? It's very tough. It's very, very tough. But time is running out. 9 cap points per 2 seconds of increase. We are really talking about half a minute to go. Really half a minute to go. Half a minute. A cap reset could be good, but Obaya will be there to reset that, potentially. Maybe not. Yumi spotted. Yumi spotted. Yumi's just going past that. But time is really running out. And Yumi's going up. Is this a great move? Is this a great move? Does Yumi have enough time to kill all the tanks? Yumi's down to 504 hit points. And takes another one, but I don't think he's going to survive this. I think should have captured. Oh, that's a low row in the HE splash, but this is over. ETOOS gets another one, 2-0, and RVE are in danger of dropping out in the 3rd place. ETOOS are coming back with full force. Again, just like last battle, the positioning of some of the RV tanks are a bit questionable. Couldn't pincer ETOOS tanks in the end. Couldn't really pincer ETOOS tanks in the end. And they were forced to play under a numerical disadvantage. So well done to ETOOS for keeping that up. Focus fire is great for ETOOS, and the RE, I think the focus fire is good, but ETOOS seems to be finding isolate the tanks easily. So it's more to do with the positioning of the tanks for RVE, which is bringing them down. But we are on to winning Turbine and Northcar. Will we see a tiebreaker? Will we see RVE winning 2 in a row? But let's see if we have results for RVE. No, for Group 5 and 6, the upper bracket final. And let's take a look now. Oh, we do. ID 3-2 against IMX. So well done to IMX for bringing this very close. But EVG have won 3-2 against ICT, meaning EVG and ID are through. None of the lower bracket final have finished yet. So let's update the cups. EVG now will be getting the 2nd place, and then we also have ID getting the 2nd place at least. So with the leaderboard, it now looks like this. We have ID in the 3rd place. EVG will be in the top 8 for the very first time in this season. Let's go back to the game. Now we will find out whether ETOOS is going to win 2-0. This is going to be crucial. Winter Mine North, ETOOS red team from the north spawn, RV blue team from the south. Let's take a look at both teams. And will we see RWE making a comeback? ETOOS just looking a lot more composed this time, unlike the upper bracket first round where it seems adrenaline has taken over their mind. And this time it's a calculation which is giving them a peace of mind. And Yumi will dropped away at the beginning, and RID is going to the ramp, and Milo RNG is going for a C, but RE will have a cap lead, meaning they need to defend. They're already going for more spots closer to E2 spawn. C will be captured. Dummeister is going to feel very lonely there. Oh, good shot onto Milo RNG. He spotted. Ditto is spotted. As if Mouse is spotted to all blanks takes one. It's an HE splash, but still a good amount here. RID. RID will be sitting diligently here. Tasked to reset B. And to punish whoever drops or gets off B. RE needs to conserve the hit points. They have the advantage and they need to trade better, as the ETOOS have more hit points than RWE inherently. So, good chance for RID to push onto N64, and he does. And ETOOS are potentially suffering. They need to rotate. They don't have the hit points, the cap points, but Yumi takes one from WH. He's spotted. And he can't put a shot in there. He might be trapped. He needs to reset his Campbell. And he will get out of dodge. He will get out of that position. Super Mouse is still spotted. Not a lot is happening. Again, 5 cap points with 2 seconds of increase. Time is running out. And we only have around more than a minute to go for E2. So there's still some time, but not much. N64 takes another one. If N64 takes too many hits, that mouse would not be useful in the late game stages to soak up damage. And N64 takes another hit. Great job to RID. Brilliant stuff. And RID hopes that the shot will pan, but this time it does not, as the mouse has angled up. With N64 still spotted RVE, don't know, can they hold on? The hit points are, the hit point pool gap is reducing. The blanks is coming in. Super Mouse spotted. We seeing blanks firing. Super Mouse flopped the shot. Now ETOOS are dropping into B. They're also lining up for a push over to RVE spawn. At RVE, what is their response to this? They can't really reset Forge because there's a house in front of Forge, which is going to help. But then, Forge needs to get out of B, so do they have tanks to shut down Forge? No, they have got off their positions, and now Dummeister has taken a lot of hits. ETOOS now have the hit on pool lead. And this is looking very dire for RVE. And woo! Blanks this out first. Oh no, I think RVE are in deep trouble. RVE needs to kill a time. Milo RNG is coming down to take out Dummeister. And ETOOS, well, RVE needs to hurry up and kill the tanks there. But they are now struggling. RID takes out one tank, but time is running out. ETOOS still has 2 caps. N64 is dead, but Mandalorian dead will mean ETOOS are through to the grand final, beating Nomad. And RVE will settle for 3rd place. Well, it has only been released. I mean, I will check that later, High Alpha, but wow. Great job to ETOOS. RVE is coming up short They should not have left their position just yet. They should have allowed the 60 TPs of Dumbicer to get the spots first. Stay in where they are, push shots onto the tank that is leaving B, and they might be able to counter push to E2 spawn and hope that that 60 TP is going to survive for a little bit longer. Yeah, I think RWV just looked, just kind of ditched their original strategy, and it didn't really work for them in the end. Now it's Nomad versus ETOOS, so let's jump right in. We are on Middleburg. Great job to ETOOS. Now they will settle at least for the second place, and RWV will be finishing in the third place, looking likely to be in the top 16 for tonight. Well done. OD 3-0 against DT, meaning we will be seeing OD in the second place at least. So well done to OD. Next we have Jobon still playing against Vortex. DRX 3-1 against Laos, meaning we will be seeing DRX meeting Risk in the grand final. IMX are still playing against MIB, and ICT are still playing against Nomad. Now, let's take a look at the leaderboard. I'm going to put ETOOS to 3 there. Alright, yeah, DRX are in 12th place. That will send Laos further down the table tonight. Jobon are in 10th. And if ICT cannot qualify, they might be in danger of dropping up top 8. So now our top 8 is GB, RNID, Nomad, Risk, OD, ETOOS, and ICT. And we are waiting on results of a couple of groups. So the leaderboard can change again. Jobon can jump right back to the grand final. But yeah, it all depends on the very last day now. Very last proof of skill tournaments, Nomad and ETOOS. And we will jump into the room now. ETOOS, they are taking triple object 777, double strip case at 60 TP at T110E5. Nomad, on the other hand, triple strip case and object 777, double VK72, and an MLE. Middleburg. Just refreshing the website again. And nope. Jomon versus Vortex could be a close one. Vortex really coming up. They could potentially take the top 16 if they win against Jomon, and the top 16 could become really intense on the final day. Let's see about Middleburg. It's a map that favors a hill strat, but recently we're seeing more clans taking control of the city side. The issue with taking a cap leader on AB is that it's not an easy it's not easy to defend, especially when B is very close to the hill and is also well covered. So it's very hard to reset B without going out in the open, and you don't have the high ground. So if you need to rotate from the hill, you just have to coordinate your team well from both ends, and you should be able to snatch a win while snatching a base or two. So let's take a look. Middleburg, we have Nomad taking an MLE. Well, I've announced the lineup, haven't I? This is a good chance for ETOOS to get into top 8 if they win against Nomad. But Nomad, we know they are a strong clan. They were in the top 4. They were 4th in the spring season. So automatically, Nomad are considered the front runner on paper. Oh! Live fire onto Obaya right at the beginning. After the update, I mean, you can fire a shot at the beginning, and they do found Obaya. And this blind shot is going to give Nomad a good solid hit point for advantage, but this is not going to be definitive, as ETOOS have the DPM likely. They are taking 3 object 777. No, they probably don't have the DPM, as Nomad would take triple shift days. But let's see what's going to happen. Spectre spotted. And X4 has to be careful using this bush. It's a really big tank, and the lower plate will be exposed, and you really don't want to get shot there. He's not spotted, however, but ETOOS will get A, meaning they will have the cap lead. And Nomad are they lining up for a push? In VK, they really don't want to go over that. Rise, they do get over the rise without taking any hits. But they're going in. They're sticking in. And they found WH being the focus for Nomad, and this will be a big one indeed. And WH is going to go down right at the start. ETOOS, are they struggling to keep up with the ferocity of Nomad? Biscuit is out, meaning it's a 6-6. Oh, Super Mouse is quickly taken out, meaning it's a 6 versus 5. Milo RNG is also quite low. Spectre is going to do 1v1, and he should be able to deal with that. So the next focus will be on N64. I think that might be a bad call, but then Nomad still have a good solid hit point pool advantage to deal with. It's going to be a 5 versus 4. Mako is out 4 versus 4. The focus on the E5 have brought ETOOS precious time, but is this going to be enough to give them the lead? I am afraid not, as Nomad still has a numerical advantage and a hit point pool advantage, and Coke is going to be taken out very soon. And we remember Coke from Chai Raiders on the EU server, and he's playing in Nomad tonight. TDR is going to get N64, meaning it's a 3 versus 2 ditto. It's down to 1 shot. TDR bounces Forsh. Ditto is not on his last one though, for sure. Spectre gets the kill on the Ditto, and that leaves Forsh, the last person standing. X4 is coming in to do the favors for Nomad. But it's TDR that gets the kill. Great push from Nomad, bringing Nomad to a 1-0 so far. Absolute brutal focus fire from Nomad and ETOOS. That E5 brought them some time, but it's just not enough, as Nomad were able to take out tanks in quick succession. That does not give them the effective DPM to ride this through, sit this through, and that's it. Nomad 1-0. And do we have results for other groups? Let's find out now. And Joe Bomb 3-2 against Vortex. Sorry for Vortex, but they've also played really well tonight. But this is not meant to be. IMX 3-0 against MIB, so well done to IMX. And ICT is still playing against Nomad, so now Joe Bomb will go back to the top 8. And IMX will be firmly set in the top 16. Okay. And Nomad and MIB for now will still be in the top 16. I don't think any more clans that are not in the top 16 are in the grand final tonight. So Nomad and MIB are safe for now. But let's go back to the fight, and we're going to the second battle of Middleburg. Nomad playing really well in the first battle. And they will take triple Strift case again, double object 777 crown, and an MLE. Over to E2 side, we have a 60 TP, double MLEs, nice for a double Strift case, and a Super Conqueror. Nomad.
Time to roll out.
What will they do this time? Will they again make great push at the beginning to surprise E2s? That they also timed that well, because there was a tank that was near A, so they made a push right after, knowing that they have the numerical advantage. Spectre will now try to get C at the beginning, and E2s are still climbing up the hill, and Spectre might be able to get away with C. But Super Mouse will be there to reset, so he gets out of C for now, and he can't really get C. So Spectre can't put a shot into WH. At the same time, Coke tries to put a shot, but it's not successful. At the same time, TDR looking this flank. Milo or RNG is down near the city, looking to reset B, or might try to get B later on. But if they do get B, will Nomad do the same as last time, meaning they will push through C and focus fire. It worked really well last time, but this time, Coke is getting out of C, getting out of the hill. Nomad got C, so this will give Nomad a cap lead, and they don't need to do much. And Milo RNG is deciding whether to go for B or not, because he knows if he goes for B, that might send to Nomad to push. Good shot from Coke onto the N64, but Nomad, are they lining up for a push, or are they waiting? They can't wait because they have the cap lead. They don't need to do much. They don't want to lose unnecessary hit points. They've traded better than E2s at the moment. So what they're doing, they're chipping away hit points of E2s bit by bit. They're not looking for a push at the moment. They really don't need to. E2s have rotated Obaya out of the hill, so Nomad now has the numerical advantage over C, but they don't know this. And Nomad is sitting this out. They're not going to risk the push over C. That will give some time for Milo RNG to respawn, and he's now in position to punish wherever is pushing to the west side of C. At the same time, Coke will get A. A good call for Nomad, meaning pressure will be onto E2s. Are they going for a push on C instead? Nomad do only have 5 Coke points behind, and Force is going to drop into C, but we're going to be seeing some shots onto E2s as they line up for a rush. Super Mouse takes 2. Baker will be under a little pressure now. This is opportunity for Nomad to defend the cap lead. And Super Mouse is the first time down. Great kill from Nomad. And E2s are not now getting saved, but they already lost a tank. Force is going to go down next, and this is looking better and better for Nomad as Force is out of the fight. It's a 7 versus 5 now. E2s are looking for X4, but Nomad are looking for N64. Baker very low. The hit points are hugely in favor of Nomad, as Milo RNG is out of the way, and there is no chance for E2s to make a comeback here, even if they can kill 2 in quick succession. X4 is out, WH is out, Detail on fire, will be taken out by fire. Mako is airlifted back to the garage, leaving 2 tanks remaining for E2s and TDR, finding N64, and it will be a bounce from TDR. And Obaya wants Kokowa out of the equation. And he does remove Coco out of the equation, but this equation doesn't equate. And Nomad will be leading 2-0. And this is a great win for Nomad. Once again, ETOOS, that push could have worked. I think if they have captured C during the push a little bit earlier, maybe that would have helped. But this is not a main factor of losing. Nomad simply, again, the focus fire is great. The crossfire is great. They can defend a cap lead well. It's just a bit too difficult for ETOOS. Maybe, I don't know what more it can do. It's just a very tough push to begin with. Looking at Nomad 6 times 31 2k and ETOOS 2 times 31 2k. Great job to Nomad, and we are going to Normandy with Nomad leading 2-0 now. So this is going to be a make or break for ETOOS. They really need to step up now if they want to stay in the top 8. We do have results of ICT winning 3-1 against Nomad. Sadly for Nomad, they will have to settle for the 3rd place as we now know all the results for the match for 3rd place. Yes. Okay, now ICT have gained some cups. And this is going to... Okay, we'll take a look at the leaderboard now. All right, this is the leaderboard. We have now ICT in the 4th place. OD and ETOOS are hanging near the 8th place. If OD, ETOOS, or EVG are able to, 2 of them are able to win their group tonight, then Jomo will be out top 8. But we will see if that will happen. I will get to Normandy now, as the Nomad are looking to deny ETOOS of a place in the top 8, while Nomad
Let's go.
are looking to further secure the spots in the top 8. 2 dominant performances, but this is just the beginning. They still have the 4th skill tournament to contend with, but it's looking more and more likely that they're going to secure that top 8 spot. Coke is the one to get the spots for Nomad, and ETOOS will get C. Good shot onto Obaya, and that will still give Nomad, well, ETOOS the cap lead, as Nomad are not going for a cap at the moment. Now TDR will drop away and try to get the cap, but Dito will be there to reset that. They're going to staircase one another, so that it will make it difficult for Dito to reset that. Dito good shot onto TDR, but A could be captured. Although Dito can try to reset X4, but he can't. He misses that shot, and Nomad will get A. But that doesn't matter because ETOOS will get D, and they will still have the cap lead, meaning Nomad will need to make a push sometime later. ETOOS got D, and Nomad can't get B, and they also lost some hit points. So ETOOS are starting this battle really, really well. Hi Spit, hi Cessna, hi Deadlock, and let's take a look at Nomad. X4 took another one. So ETOOS are really doing well at the moment. And Nomad, they've decided to push onto N64. Is that a great push? Force will be joining N64. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about this. Elon has taken a lot of shots. Mako looking to get N64, but the first time down will be for Elon, and N64 will go down soon. Milo RNG is being taken care of, and he misses a shot. It's now a 6 versus 5. Hit points a huge rate for ETOOS. And Spectre will not last for long. He's now out of the fight. Obaya down to 664, with TDR being the focus of ETOOS. Obaya is out. It's 5 versus 4. ETOOS are losing guns everywhere. But TDR is out. Force is the focus for Nomad, and there we go. Nomad, the focus fire. I was so worried about the hip on bullet advantage, but they showed to us that they are superior when it comes to focus fire and shot efficiency, and they are a lot more squeezed, but a lot more, you know. I don't know the word for that. They're working a lot closer together. I like that. The connection is just a lot better. The cohesion is good. And that leaves Super Mouse the last person standing. How on earth did Nomad pull this off? I don't know, but you have to give credits to Nomad. Everything seems to go against them at the very beginning. That push over to the crater doesn't seem to work, but it did work in the end. Nomad's focus fire, you should not underestimate that. It's not to be taken lightly. Nomad 3-0 to ETOOS, leaving the ETOOS no chance whatsoever in a comeback. Oh my god. What a domination from Nomad. 4 tanks doing more than 2k. And ETOOS, despite starting really well, they are struggling with efficiency of Nomad. I mean, Nomad had 4 strip plays, so you know Nomad half the DPM, and ETOOS only had 2 PKs. So well done to Nomad tonight. They will get the maximum number of cups, and we'll go back to the lounge and let us add the cups of Nomad. Now they will get the first place. Do we have results elsewhere? Let's find out now. And we do. RN 3-0 against OD, meaning I think Jomon will be in the top 8 for now. And yes, these are the 2 results there. They're still here. That have finished. And we'll wait for groups 2, 3, 5, and 6. I'll play on the EU server while we wait. And I'll log back to the APAC server after all results have finished, because the next trip will also be on the APAC server as we follow day 1 of the proof of the 4th Brutus Skill tournament. Let me log in now to the EU server. I'll play. Let me see what tanks I should play. Ah, I got the wrong password. All right. All right, let me play in the... Oh, I have a birthday on the 16th. Let's play this tank then. Great. Get containers. Let's go.
Move out.
Oh, there's a turtle coming from below. I'm gonna get a shot in. No. We lost a tank. No, now. Oh my god. No. Missed my shots. Oh my god. That was not a good start at all. Oh, come on. This tank can't aim. I missed 3 already. So this is really not looking good for me.
The driver's injured. Enemy armor is hit. Enemy armor is hit.
I'm going to lose a lot of hit points trying to roll with this T95. My armor is not bouncing any shots from them.
That one didn't go through.
No, I'm going to die.
We've had it. Everybody out.
That was embarrassing. That was really embarrassing. Let's see if we have results. We'll come back to the 60 TP again. I need my revenge. This is not good. This is not a good match. Hello to Oops Bit. Many strife equals to win. Unfortunately, maybe that's the case. Which is a bit unfair because you can't get strife case very easily. Oh, we have Risk 3-0 against DRX, meaning Risk will get the first place in their group. Group 3 it is. So many 3-0s happening at the moment. Yep. These are the results so far. So that also means Risk will get the maximum number of cups, and they are pretty much safe in the top 8, I have to say. Now in the 3rd place, we'll have to wait for the results of other groups. Still, we have OD and ETOOS in the top 8. We are waiting on the results of EVG against ICT. But that if ICT lose tonight, really tomorrow, the 4th Risk tournament is going to matter a lot for them. They really need to step up. We have the 60 TP back. Let me get a revenge this tank. It's not a great performance by me, and I don't really like the gun of 60 TP. So let's see if I can redeem myself on Canyon.
Up and at 'em, lads.
Oh no, T57 heavy. Blocked my shot. But we got a tank out first. be able to push here.
We've damaged them. One of our tracks is
Tanks 1 for the
damaged.
5th ATP. And we have a tank down. 2 tanks, 3 tanks down ready. So that's brilliant.
We've damaged them.
Got another shot in.
We've damaged them.
This is a great team, so might not do a lot of damage, but at least I'm doing some. At least better than the last battle where I bounced and missed a lot of shots. And I don't know where the force is. Oh, the force is there. I want a shot in before we reach 1,000 cap points. And I do. Yeah, decent amount. Would have loved to do a little bit more if it's not supremacy. And yeah, 2.8 is good. Although I would love to have more than 3k, but there is not enough time to do that. It's just a really good team, to be honest with you. Let's see if we have more results coming through. Let's see my next tank. I can go for a super conk. Let's go for a super conk. What's that? Yeah, super conk. All right. ID 3-1 against IMX, which will put ID in a really good position coming to the 4th skill tournament. But IMX have done a good job tonight. That is for sure, as they've come really close to ID, and they've knocked out our MIB, of course. So wonderful night for them. They're going to be in the top 16 coming to the final day of the Pro Skill tournament. Well, we're left with only Group 2 and Group 6. The results are still to come. But the cups are correct. Let me see. Yeah, the cups are now updated, meaning ID will take a 2nd place. We'll wait for the results of Chibi. But ICT Jobo and OD ETOOS going to be in trouble. If EVG win against ICT, that will send EVG to the top 8. Will that happen? And ICT will fight for on the very last day. They performed really well in the first 3 Pro Skill tournaments, but it all boils down to the final 4 Pro Skill tournaments. Looking more and more likely that RNID Nomad Risk are through to the professionals tournament, as we would have all predicted. So let me play in a Super Conqueror now. Oops, no keys, sorry. No keys for this stream. No keys for you, especially. So please. There are lots of heavies here. 5 heavies. Oh god. Where balance? Where is my balance?
Time to roll out.
Oh. Okay, just have to move a bit forward. I didn't shoot, so it's good. Always good. Militaro. It's a great kill, but you have to go for a really long reload. Maybe I can push onto the VZ. There's no TD, so I can go and take that. Take care of that.
Enemy armor is damaged. Frag hit. Enemy armor is hit. Enemy armor is hit.
Nah. We need to get this tank out soon.
We didn't even scratch them.
No. Can't kill by HE. That was a little bit embarrassing, but still, we're winning this one comfortably.
We've damaged them. Penetration. Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh. Now the
Enemy armor is damaged.
Minotauro is going to reload for a really long time.
We've lost a track. We're
I
stuck
can
here.
sneak another shot to the chieftain
Enemy armor is
before I
hit.
move back. Yeah.
Track.
Oh, I got a bounce. Yes.
Enemy hit.
No. Nah, not doing really well with them with the shots today. Again, lots of bounces and misses, but I can't really see that tank, to be fair. But it's more than 3k, so at least I'm forgiven for those bounces. And let's say we have results for Group 2 and Group 6. And we have all the results for all the groups, and GV won 3-1 against Jowon. And that leaves EVG versus ICT going in favor of ICT 3-0. So well done to ICT and GB, and Jowon, OD and ETOOS will stay in the top 8 for now, but the gap is going to be quite small. It all boils down to the very last day now. Well done to GB and ICT, and 2 spots left. Who will get that final spot? And let's do the calculation. I'll be back while I do the calculation. I'm just going to double check whether my Hub's leaderboard is right. Back very soon. Yeah, should be right. Should be right. All right, let's do the calculation now. All right, so that leaves the following kind of plans. It all boils down to the very last day now. Alright, so I have done the calculation, so let's take a look at the gap table. So there is still a lot that could happen in the fourth Pro Skill tournaments, but mainly you want to take a note of the day one gap between the first and second place, which will be 4,067. So if any clan here in the top 8 finish in the second place, clans like DRX could still overtake you. EVG could overtake Risk. If Risk finished second in the first day, then things could get really, really interesting. But we can't. But then we really can't say much, and considering all the clans here have not dropped any cups, and going into the second day, and I do think some of these clans will settle for the second place. But for the first place, I think, let me also do the calculation. Very quickly. GB and RN, if they finish in the first place on the first day of Pro Skill Tournament, then it will look like they are pretty much safe. Like they will be in a really good position, which is very probable. The only suspects I think who drop cups on the first day will be ICT. They don't have really good seed. They don't really boast good seeding. Yeah, ICT will be in trouble, and Joe Ball will also be in a tough situation. So what I think is that we don't really know the exact situation, but considering everything remains the same, then EVG can still overtake all these guys if they finish a position above them. So EVG are really looking to get to the top 8 if they finish anywhere higher than either Joe Ball, OD, and ETOOS, which didn't happen tonight. Laos would need to do much more than that. If they finish in the first place, they can still overtake Joe Ball or OD, ETOOS, but probably not Risk. DRX will need to hope that the top 8 clans will finish in the third place or below. So and also one of the clans there to finish second. For DRX to still have a slight chance to get into the top 8. I feel like their seeding is just really not with them this season, but they are a promising team. So I hope that DRX can do very well in the Challengers tournament. I hope they will have better seeding next season. But yes. So yes, it looks like Joe Ball, OD, ETOOS, EVG, and now so we're fighting for only 2 spots on the final day. Anything could still happen. Joe Ball are really not that safe. ETOOS, OD still have to fight really hard on the very last day. And EVG, can they upset? Can they fulfill their expectations and finish in the top 8? In the end, they have the seeding with them. Amongst all the clans here, I think, yeah, I mean, Risk will have good seeding no matter what. EVG should have good seeding. They should have good seeding. I'm afraid Joe Ball, OD, ETOOS, Laos, they will pray, and DRX will pray they will have good seeding on the first day. Otherwise, it could very well drop below. And for the second day of the 4th Pro Skill tournaments, things could be very different, and I will update the gaps table after the first day of the 4th Pro Skill tournament, and we will see changes unless we're going to see all of the clans finishing either in the first or second place. Then I think things could come a little bit more complicated. And I will be joined by a special guest on the second day of 4th Pro Skill tournaments, and I will have to double check with that, and you will know the special guest for the second day of the 4th Pro Skill tournaments. But for now, this has been me, One's Helper, and we'll see you all. 2 days later as we follow the 4th Pro Skill tournament first day. Anything could happen, but for the top 5 clans, they should feel relatively safe. And Risk as well. Risk have a good solid gap, and of course they should finish in the first place no matter what. Thank you for watching and see you soon. Bye for now.